Still a lot of work to be done, but it has to start somewhere. And Ziani Johnson able to get ECNL on the board.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, this one could potentially turn into a different game here. Academy with 3 substitutions coming in. Number 19, Luke Marty. Number 48, Trey Glossum. And number 55, Pietro Orondelli.
Looks like Austin Chukwu was one of the guys who checked out. So 2 goals for him on the day. He'll wrap up his morning. Cut off there by Sebastian Aragundi and 1 back by ECNL. So some fresh legs on the pitch for FC Dallas Academy to try to hold on to this lead.
Yeah, also Olu coming out there, who was playing, was part of some key plays in the first half on the left side for FC Dallas Academy, also stepping out in this one and being substituted.
And number 18, Zach Fumpton, was also one of the guys checking out. So Zach Fumpton out, Niner Olu out, Austin Chukwu out, and then Luke Marty, Trey Glosson, and Pietro Orlandelli are in.
And speaking of substitutes, I think ECNL getting ready to make another one. It looks like it's going to be number 11, Marlon Reyes, looking to come in. And I'm assuming Coach Gabriel Gentas is going to look to get more aggressive and try to get one that could put him back in this one. The momentum seems to be on the ECNL side so far, and they're going to look to take advantage and put themselves back in this Dallas Cup final.
Here's a free kick opportunity. About 30 yards away for ECNL. Trying to find another offensive attack here. If they could find another goal here momentarily, that would put them right back into this one. There's Kelvin Gonzalez sending it all the way through to Saul Rios, who controls it.
Good shot there by Kelvin Gonzalez. Not the hardest shot for Rios there, but always good to knock on the door and try the goalkeeper out in this one.
Now in the midfield area, Academy trying to hold on to possession. Now back to ECNL.
And it will seem to be working for the Academy in the first couple of minutes in the second half, and in the first couple of minutes, or in the entire first half, I should say, which was keep the possession, is the complete opposite right now. They can't seem to put together a good chunk of minutes while holding the ball. Number 77 is going to come out for ECNL, and it's going to be number 11 stepping in for him. That's Marlon Reyes coming in for number 77, Kelvin Gonzalez.
Kelvin Gonzalez has had his bright moments on that back line, but overall, when 3 goals are conceded, it's tough to say that it's been a bright spot for a back line. He's done some good midfield work, but he will check out. His day is over. So Marlon Reyes stepping in. And now an opportunity here in the box for FC Dallas Academy, and it just goes right past Eric Vargas. It was a good look. Just a bit behind him, though.
And so far, the subs for both clubs in this one, not changing the formation from the head coaches. No change in that, but just looking to freshen up the team and the squad and fresh legs in this one. And as we know, if, let's say, ECNL does get close to this one or ends up tying it, obviously you want fresh legs on the pitch for this Dallas Cup U17 final.
Body hits the grass, and that'll be a foul going against Luke Marty, who just checked in. Free kick over to Academy. Half an hour remains in this U17 boys final of the Dallas Cup. So the first champion will be crowned here at the end of this one. First champion of the day, rather. Eric Vargas in the middle, working it all the way over to Luke Marty. Here's Luke Marty from the top of the box. It was a good look, and it was a strike just wide of the right goalpost.
What a dangerous play here as you see the replay. Vargas gifts the ball to Marty. Marty, simple cut to his left foot, and that one comes very close. Academy so close to their fourth goal in this one. Marty just came in a couple of minutes ago, his first dangerous play, and it was a very dangerous one.
Eric Madrano, lucky to see that one. Go past. Now here's another potential opportunity from Academy. It was a shot from about 35 yards out. Corralled by Marty, sent into the middle, no one home. Academy able to hold on to possession. We'll flip back to Alex Soria. Soria trying to get it into the box. Can't quite. And cleared out by ECNL up into the stands.
ECNL, they have to get one soon if they want to have some hope in this final here.
Oh, good play there in the middle. Caifa Barrios trying to get inside. He lost one defender, couldn't lose another. Throw in here for Academy. We're here in the 63rd minute. FC Dallas Academy with a 3-1 lead over their FC Dallas counterparts, ECNL. Oh, and here's an opportunity. It was offside, though.
Oh, that one
was close. Ramiro Varela had a step out in front. I think that was a good call, though. We had a good look at it.
Yeah, I think right call, like you mentioned, by the linesman on this one. Striker for ECNL, just a tad bit early of what could have been a dangerous one-on-one against FC Dallas Academy goalkeeper Saul Rios.
One back by ECNL. Oh, Luis Cinero. This time it's not an offside. Varelis trying to get out in front of Rios, and it wasn't offside anyway.
Yeah, another
late flag there, though.
Another dangerous pass here by ECNL. Like we mentioned, offside, but slowly but surely they're finding themselves on the dangerous side of the Academy half of the field.
One of these counterattacks will work eventually, you would have to think, if you're an ECNL fan. Looks like ECNL is getting ready for another substitution. They've made 2 already, 3 made by Academy.
Yeah, and you will have to assume it's an offensive substitution in this one, as they're 2 goals behind, 2 goals away from tying this final here. So it has to be an offensive substitution, something that's going to give the team a spark, something that's going to allow them to get just closer in this one.
Dominic Psalm working it inside. Velasquez over to the left. The substitution will be made as Beckett Johnson will check in for David Alejo. Excuse me, Beckett Hoffman. Beckett Hoffman checking in for David Alejo.
Yeah, David Alejo, the man right on the middle of the field here, the midfielder for ECNL. Like we mentioned, looking to get fresh legs. Not the most offensive, I guess, if you would say. We'll see the type of player Number 22 is Beckett Hoffman here for ECNL, but again, not the most offensive substitution. Head coach chooses to go with fresh legs in the midfield, looking for that second goal that could cut him into the lead.
Could just be an opportunity to try to create more efficiency in those counterattacks in that midfield. Couple of bodies hit the grass, no whistle. Now here's a counterattack opportunity for ECNL. If Osinero can run this one down, he's able to. Working this near side and poked out. Good job there by Sebastian Aragundi to knock it out. Oh, and here's a potential opportunity now. Varela working into the box. Over to Osinero. Osinero trying to work through a couple of defenders. Took a shot and easily deflected out. Possession will remain with ECNL. Trying to work inside, and Saul Rios crashes in and corrals it. It was Marlon Reyes, recently checked in. Was trying to find a shot opportunity, couldn't do it. No shots on goal on that try.
Yeah, and Osinero, who's been quiet here for the last couple of minutes now, we got to give him the credit on this one. He was the one that created this play and made it a dangerous one for ECNL. Unfortunately for them, not being able to find the back of the net.
Now Academy on the other side. You would have to think a fourth goal would be the dagger at this juncture. Working back to Aragundi, now near side to Luke Marty. Crossed inside and poked out instead of corralled. Poked over to Beckett Hoffman. And now it would be a foul in the midfield area. Olu Asinowu is going to be booked. That's the first booking we have here today.
Yeah, a foul there in the middle of the field. Asinowu bringing the Academy player down. As you see it right here on the replay. Brings the ball down a little bit late and actually ends up going cleats up to the knee of the Academy player, who's now up. That's number 59, Dominic Zalm, the center back for the Academy.
First card of the day for either side. A mostly clean game to this point.
I just saw on the sideline one of the assistant coaches for Academy doing the VAR sign. Obviously, they don't have it here, but it was a dangerous one. It could have been a red if they go back. It was a dangerous play as he went cleats up against Dominic Zalm.
Here's Beckett Hoffman's first touch. Now ECNL able to win possession in the midfield. Trying to find an attack, just couldn't quite find some room. Ramiro Varela had it poked out. It will remain with ECNL. Now sent all the way through, and Ramiro Varela couldn't run it down. It went out of play either way. 21 minutes left here in regulation.
Yeah, and the back line of FC Dallas Academy staying disciplined and staying tight together. They're playing a high back line, and that right there causes ECNL to look for those long balls, as we've seen here in the last couple of minutes. They've been caught on the offside a couple of times. This one, another long ball that ends up being too long for them. Credit to the back line of FC Dallas Academy.
Another throw in. Do it again. Aragundi throwing it in. Trying to send it long. Looking for Eric Vargas. Headed out of play by Beckett Hoffman. Aragundi sending it back to Dominic Zalm. All the way back to Saul Rios. Zalm will send it ahead. There's Luke Marty Nice little touch trying to work it into Vargas. Couldn't quite do it. And cleared out by Beckett Hoffman. And a throw in here just outside the box.
Academy 20 minutes away from racing that Dallas Cup trophy.
Here's Luke Marty.
In what could be called their home stadium for either team in this one, right?
By all technicalities. Luke Marty working it back to that left side. Here's Eric Vargas getting it inside the box. Chip just over the hands of Eric Medrano and just over the top of the goal. It was a good idea by Eric Vargas, just put a little too much air under it.
Yeah, Vargas so dangerous. As soon as he gets a little bit outside of the box, steps in. Saw the goalkeeper a bit out of position to his left post, but like you mentioned, a bit too much under this one. Again, Vargas, constant dangerous plays here for his squad in FC Dallas Academy.
Yeah, if that one had a little more touch on it, or a little less touch on it, rather, it would have caught Medrano out of position and maybe would have snuck in the top of the goal there. If you're ECNL, just clinging to life here. Needing 2 goals in 18 minutes. If they are able to put together 2 goals before the 90-minute mark, we will go straight to PKs. But a long way to go before we get there for ECNL.
It's ECNL's ball right here, but head coach Chuy Vera not liking that call. Coach for the FC Dallas Academy having discussions with the referees on the sideline, letting them know that he didn't like that call. Despite his team being up 3-0, he still is looking for every advantage. 3-1, sorry.
Now here's a couple of whistles.
Yeah, I think that's the ref's going to talk to Ramiro Varela from ECNL. Both players talking to them.
Tensions building just a bit here in the game's final stages. Beckett Hoffman with a throw in here. He's going to send it into the box, headed out by Dominic Salm. We'll do it again. Dominic Salm does one of these, or excuse me, Beckett Hoffman doing one of these step throw-ins to get it into the box. Headed up into the air, remaining in the box. Here's a shot on goal. Didn't quite get all of it, but it was a good look for Marlon Reyes, easily corralled by Saul Rios.
Yeah, and these type of throw-ins, like you mentioned, when you have a player like that on your squad, they become so dangerous because it essentially turns into a corner kick or a type of free kick that can find the foot or the head of a teammate and can eventually end up in the back of the net. Good weapon to have if you're a head coach of a soccer team.
Olu Asinowu was trying to run that one down. Couldn't quite do so. Now Luke Marty sending it through. Eric Vargas is right there. A little back heel opportunity for Barrios from the top, and it's deflected away. Vargas lets this one spin away. A little fake kick there. It turned his defender around. We'll send it all the way back to Sebastian Aragundi. Aragundi trying to get it into Vargas, and there's going to be offside. Barrios was a little too far ahead.
Yeah, I think the target was Vargas. Vargas not being able to get that and ends up in the offside position.
Into the 76th minute now of this U17 boys final. Appreciate you watching here on the Dallas Cup YouTube. We got started late in this one after a 1-hour weather delay. And the rain has finally let up. But it is a dense and wet pitch that we're going to have for most of the day here, and certainly here in this one. Calling for a handball there, and just on the edge of the attacking third for ECNL.
Yeah,
it's going to go over to Academy.
I think the ECNL side was looking for the handball, and obviously Academy looking for the offside call that the referee called. Another offside that ECNL is caught in.
And a heavy touch on that far side by Marlon Reyes. Goes out of play. Worked into the middle. Good one touch there from Eric Vargas to get it back into the middle of the field over to Barrios. Aragundi working with Luke Marty in between the legs. Marty to Aragundi, and Aragundi had a shot there looking at the top of the left corner.
Good shot selection there by Aragundi. He had Vargas in the center as well. Decides to take it himself, and as you see right there, just a bit over the goal. They're constantly looking for that fourth goal of the day.
It was a beautiful job by Academy from start to finish to get it inside the box. It was a good look for Aragundi, just a bit too high. Here's Luke Marty. Luke Marty's having his way on this right wing.
Yeah, I think it took the FC Dallas Academy subs a couple of minutes to settle into the game, but once they did, despite allowing that first goal, I think you're starting to see the difference, and you're starting to see them establish themselves now in the game, and they're controlling this one. They're up 3-1, looking for that fourth goal that will put this one to bed.
Marty to Vargas, back to Marty. Marty on the edge of the box, trying to cross inside. Had it deflected out, still in the box. And now Marty is down just behind that back line. Play will continue. Here's Barrios from the top of the box. Working it inside to Vargas. Vargas. Marty's still down, just now getting back up ahead. That one's sent out of play.
Yeah, I'm not sure if, I think he's grabbing his right hamstring or right knee. Still there with a little bit of a slow walk. Marty has been, like we mentioned, dangerous after getting settled into this one, coming in as a substitute in the second half for FC Dallas Academy.
We're going to have a substitution. Diego Echeverria will come in for Angelo Caifa Barrios.
Caifa Barrios, as the striker himself, he didn't find the back of the net, but the players around him did what had to be done, and they found the back of the net. But he was also involved in those plays, playing his role and letting Vargas and letting the other midfielders in the wings play their role, and him always being there as well. Obviously, like I just mentioned, not finding the back of the net, but played his role well throughout this one and is now subbed off.
It's the fourth substitution for FC Dallas Academy. They have two more to their avail. And on the other side, ECNL has made 3 subs. Approaching 10 minutes to go here in this U17 boys final. It's a 3-1 advantage at the moment for FC Dallas Academy over FC Dallas ECNL. Working back into the middle. Ramiro Varela almost cut that one off. Now here in the middle, here's an opportunity potentially. Vargas working it over to Marty. Marty with a good look on it, and Eric Madrano able to get a couple of mitts on the ball, and it'll be a corner for FC Dallas Academy.
Yeah, good save there by the goalkeeper for ECNL. That one, not an easy shot to handle. As you see right here, Marty wide open on the right wing once again. Full blast right to the goalkeeper there, who makes the diving save, sending it to the corner kick.
It's a short corner. Send it inside to Aragundi. Aragundi from just inside the box, and he sends it high and into the stands. That'll be a goal kick. FC Dallas Academy is trying to close in on that 4th goal.
And if you're head coach Chuy Vera in this one, you got to be happy with your squad. 10 minutes left in the game. Obviously a comfortable 2-goal lead, but yet your players are still trying. Marty, who came in as a substitute, is still looking to make those plays. Vera has been playing well since the first whistle, still making those plays, still being involved. And if you're head coach Vera, you got to be happy with your squad.
Medrano sending it in. Now here's Luke Marty with the win on the header. Now trying to find a cross. Luke Marty sends it in beautifully. Actually, it carried a little too further than I expected. Still controlled by Academy. Here's another opportunity at it. Good job by ECNL to clear it out. It'll be another corner.
This time a corner on the other side. Like we saw Marty yet again on the wing making that cross. Found a player in the back of the box, and FC Dallas Academy finds themselves with yet another corner. This one's probably going to be played short, as they're going to try to look to try to keep possession in this one.
Yeah, that short corner almost worked just a moment ago. It's Eric Vargas on that side. He's got Alex Soria right next to him. He's going to send it in instead and head it out by ECNL. There was a lot of contact there. It's going to go over to ECNL. It looked like Andy Grimm got a that's what you would call an over-the-back foul in basketball.
Yeah, I think a little bit too excessive on that one, looking for the ball there to connect with the header. Referee Del Toro calls that one, and now it's ECNL's ball.
Here's a little chip inside, and Medrano able to run it down. Instead of grabbing it, he just kicks it away. Ooh, could have been a handball right there, and yeah, they call it.
Yeah, that one. Medrano resolving that one well, because as a goalkeeper, those could be tight, and it could be pretty dangerous. You're put in a spot where you're too far out, where you're going too fast. You can't really grab it with your hands, but obviously, as the goalkeeper, your footwork may not necessarily be your strongest asset, so Medrano, credit to him for solving this one.
Cut off by Dominic Salm. Excuse me, that's Sebastian Aragundi. Aragundi trying to get it ahead to Eric Vargas, but Vargas felt he was offside. Into the 84th minute, cut off on that left side by Trey Glosson. Glosson working it back to Vargas. Vargas trying to find a shot opportunity, cleared out by Beckett Hoffman, still possessed by Academy. Into the midfield to Luke Marty. Over to Aragundi. Beautiful looking cross inside. There's going to be an opportunity for Vargas. He couldn't quite get there. Now here's Glosson still in the box. Glosson off the post. Still in danger. Has not been cleared just yet, and finally cleared out a play by ECNL. Trey Glosson put his hands on his head after that opportunity.
What a play by Glosson. Finds the space, cuts to the right, and this one hitting the pole. FC Dallas Academy coming up short to their 4th goal. Glosson has been making plays on the left side since coming in as well as a substitute here in the second half. Good shot by him. Definitely surprised ECNL in this one, and just a bit too wide.
Academy knocking on the door here, staying aggressive, as they can smell a Dallas Cup victory here in mere moments. Sent all the way through. Now here's Luke Marty, back to the captain, Velazquez. All the way over to Trey Glosson. Can he get another shot opportunity on goal? Working toward the corner of the box. A little bit too heavy of a touch. Possession remains with Academy. Andy Grimm sending it in.
2 more substitutes looking to come in for ECNL in this one.
Oh, here's a good look. And Eric Medrano, all he could do was slide and try to control the ball. That was a good job by Medrano to close the distance there. There were a couple of Academy players trying to find the back of the net.
Yeah, there's good touches there by the FC Dallas Academy, and I think that one just a bit too in between the 2 Academy players, and Medrano able to come up and save this one.
Here's Glosson working just outside the box, trying to find a cross opportunity. Glosson getting it inside, and it's deflected just over the top of the goal. It'll be a corner for Academy. Now these substitutions, an opportunity to come in. As Ziani Johnson, the lone goal scorer for ECNL, will check out. And coming in will be Abubakar Sharif. And then also checking out is Jason Salcedo. And in his place is Arthur Bellini.
Yeah, and we got to give credit here to Medrano from ECNL, who's been keeping this one. Obviously allowed 3 goals. Not all of them his fault. But right now it's keeping this one from being from FC Dallas Academy creating an even bigger lead.
Short corner once again, now sent all the way through. And it was a header for Andy Grimm in the box. Excuse me, that was Dominic Psalm, and it goes out of play.
Another ball that ECNL looks to put in the middle of the field, and they end up losing it by Academy. And now they have yet another possible dangerous play on the sideline, and that's Glosson there with the ball.
All the way over to Luke Marty, trying to get it there and head it out of play. It'll be a throw in for Academy on this near side.
Two minutes left in this one, Nick, and seems to be over. I guess 3-1 lead. If you're Academy, it's going to take a miracle for ECNL to score this next 2 goals.
Academy looking to cap off a perfect week here in the Dallas Cup. They have 3 wins in group play of 1-0, 5-0, 3-0. And then bracket play yesterday, or bracket play over the last 2 days, 3-1 win on Thursday, and then a 4-3 win yesterday. And then now staring down an opportunity for a Dallas Cup championship win. Here's Luke Marty getting into the box now. Luke Marty with a cross inside. It was a perfect look for Eric Vargas. Chipped into the air and controlled by Eric Medrano. They were looking for the cherry on top.
Yeah, good play down the sideline. Another one by Marty, who makes the self-pass, gets past the defender, finds Vargas down the middle. That one just seemed to be taking a funny bounce before he got to the Academy player, and Vargas not able to capitalize on this one.
Ramiro Varela was trying to get out in transition on the counterattack, but went out of play. It's going to stay on this side, though. ECNL trying to just find a shot on goal. Desperation at this moment. Now Academy. Eric Vargas working inside the box. Good looking attack here, and a good job of defending by Alexander Gonzalez to put it out of play. It'll be yet another corner for FC Dallas Academy.
And they got 2 more players jumping in this one. We got Vargas, who I dare to say he might be the player of the game. Very involved for his team from start to finish. Comes out in this one and gets a handful of claps here from the crowd here at Toyota Stadium. I'm not sure how long the substitutes will be able to play in this one. Not sure if there's any stoppage time that's necessary.
Could just be a curtain call there for Eric Vargas, and deservingly so.
3 more minutes. It's going to be added into this one here. We're going to go to the 93rd minute. 3 minutes away for FC Dallas to be able to hoist that Dallas Cup trophy. FC Dallas Academy.
Send inside here. It's a good-looking play in the box and shot right into the goal. Alex Soria puts the cherry on top of this Dallas Cup final for FC Dallas Academy.
Soria gets the goal he's been looking for all day long there in the what could be the last play of the game, and this one in a corner kick. Gets a good look there inside the 18-yard box and puts it in the back of the net. The Academy going up 4 goals to only 1 here.
Yeah, just way too much room. Alex Soria was left inside the box and rocketed into the back of the net with his left foot.
Soria and Vargas for the Academy, man. I think both of those guys in the midfield were the ones that were able to carry this Academy team to this championship, at least in this game that we're calling here. Both of those 2 players, number 12 and number 22 for the Academy. As we saw, Vargas came off just a couple of minutes ago. Alex Soria, I'm sorry, still on the field, but both of those guys very involved in this game for the FC Dallas Academy and carrying their team to a Dallas Cup, championship here.
Just about a minute remains in stoppage time, and then it'll be celebration time. And who said stop now? FC Dallas Academy hunting down this 5th goal. Trey Glosson takes some contact, and that'll be a foul and a booking. That'll go against Paxton and Cheta.
And this one here should be the last play of the game, just 30 seconds away from that 93rd minute mark here that we're set to have with stoppage time. They added 3 minutes. A dangerous free kick here for the FC Dallas Academy. Looking for their 5th goal in this one.
And don't go anywhere after the conclusion of this one. We'll have the U16 boys final in mere moments. Excuse me, that yellow card went against Liam Michelle, not Paxton and Cheta. A dangerous cross opportunity here. FC Dallas Academy sends it in, and he was going for goal, and it went above and beyond. But that was just a mere formality for the conclusion of this 4-1 victory for the FC Dallas Academy, the Dallas Cup champions in the U17 Boys Division in 2026.
Yeah, congratulations to the FC Dallas Academy in this one. A dominating performance for them. I can't say from start to finish, but they were able to capitalize in key moments. They were able to take control of the ball for the majority of this one, and they were able to put 4 in the back of the net. They take the Dallas Cup trophy here at Toyota Stadium, winning this one 4-1 over ECNL.
We'll be right back with the celebration and trophy presentation here at the Dallas Cup. Welcome back into Toyota Stadium, the first champion crowned of the day here in the U17 Boys Division, as the FC Dallas Academy with a 4-1 win over their FC Dallas counterpart, ECNL. They take home the Dallas Cup as we get ready for the trophy presentation for both sides. We'll start with the runner-ups, and nothing to hang their heads about if they are ECNL. It was a fantastic week for them. A 5-0 win over Toca FC, 2-0 over Strikers Miami, and 4-0 over the Dallas Hornets. Did not concede a goal in all of group play. And then in bracket play, it was a 6-1 win over the Dallas Texans and a 1-0 win over Solar SC. But unfortunately today, they will be taking home the silver medals. Also being recognized are our officials. Head referee Dorian Del Toro from Alabama. Assistant referee Aaron Fong from Ohio. Assistant referee Miklos Hendricks from Ohio. And the 4th referee, Denny Kulasinich from Georgia.
Yeah, Nick, like you mentioned, both teams very deserving of being here in the final stage. The final ECNL, like you mentioned, had a good group stage games, had a couple of good group stage games. They both of these teams, not only them, but both of them blew through the group stage, and both of them very deserving of being here. a 4-1 victory over ECNL for FC Dallas Academy in this one. We saw good goals from both sides. That one goal from ECNL was pretty good, and all 4 of them from FC Dallas Academy were also as well. For ECNL, the goal scorer was Ziani Johnson there, who scored. Once he scored in this one, it kind of seemed like it was giving a little life to ECNL, and they were going to be able to kind of keep that momentum going. FC Dallas Academy showing the type of team that they are. They adjusted. Like we mentioned, the subs took a little bit to kind of settle into this one, but once they did, they were able to get that possession back, which they were doing since the beginning of the game, keeping that possession, slow build-ups, and finding themselves on the attacking side of the field, and they were able to gain that control back and show their dominance in this one. And it shows in the scoreboard with a 4-1 lead here for this U17 Dallas Cup final.
As the Silver Boot Trophy will be presented to head coach Gabby Gentle for FC Dallas ECNL and their captain Paxton Encheta. And it's cool to have both FC Dallas programs recognized here at midfield. Got to feel good if you're in that FC Dallas Development Academy to see these 2 squads in the U17 division come out on top. Here's a presentation of the runner-up trophy to FC Dallas ECNL. But overall, this match belongs to the FC Dallas Academy head coach Chuy Vera and captained by Kyle Velazquez. They had a squeaker in the semifinal, a 4-3 win over the Dallas Texans. This one a lot more comfortable. They walk away as the Dallas Cup champions in the U17 boys division. The 4 goals coming by way of Eric Vargas in the 17th minute. 2 goals from Austin Chukwu in the 28th and 35th minute. They carried a 3-0 lead into the second half. Although they did concede one in the second half, they got one back from Alex Soria in the first minute of stoppage time. And walk away with a comfortable 4-1 victory here at Toyota Stadium. And Gil, if you had to pick a man of the match for this FC Dallas Academy squad, I think I know who you're going with, but I'm going to let you take the honors.
I think it has to be between Alex Soria, who despite, again, only getting 1 goal here late in this one, was involved in a lot of the goals. Maybe all of them, if not a majority of them, but I think you got to go with number 12 down in the midfield, Eric Vargas, who was for sure the motor of the team, moving the ball up and down the field. He found himself in the box right behind the striker. They're kind of floating around, creating those plays, moving the ball from side to side, and that eventually led to his team being able to find the back of the net 4 times in this one. He came off in the second half, yes, but like you mentioned, it was more of a curtain call for him to be able to get that recognition.
And now the gold trophy being presented to the FC Dallas Academy. And they'll take their picture right in front of the Dallas Cup champions banner. And a successful morning for these boys right here, the winners of the boys U17 final, FC Dallas Academy. We appreciate you joining us here for the first of 6 matches we have here today. Don't go anywhere. We got the U16 boys final coming up in just mere moments. But for now, 4-1 victors, the FC Dallas Academy.